DDI Central Tech Videos. In this video, we'll demonstrate how you can impart dynamic IP configurations to your DNS zones using a special feature called DynamicDNS or DDNS. You can enable DDNS either while creating a domain from the DNS module or by adding an active domain into the DHCP module. So let's see how you can enable DDNS in DDI Central. First, you can enable DDNS directly while creating a new domain. For this, you will have to select the domains menu from the DNS module. First, let's select the DNS module and then select the domains menu. On the domains page, click on the Add Domain button located in the top right corner. So this brings us to Create Domain page. Here you can enter the domain name and other domain details. You can also assign a TSIG or transaction signature key to receive secure dynamic updates from your DHCP server. And then finally you can enable DDNS and choose the type of the DHCP service, DHCP v4 or v6, and then save the configurations. On saving the configurations, you will find this domain is automatically added into the domain section under the DHCP module. So let's go into the DHCP module and then select the domains menu. You will find the domain that we just created gets added into the DHCP module automatically. So what happens if you don't enable DDNS during the initial domain creation in the DNS module? You won't be able to activate DDNS when updating the domain later. So for this, we'll have to revisit the DNS module and open an active domain. So let's take alarmcentral.com and then we'll open it in edit mode. So here, once you will see the once available enable DDNS option is missing over here. So what's the alternative for this? You can add domains that require dynamic configurations directly from the DHCP module. So we'll get into the DHCP module and then in the DHCP module, select the domains menu. On the domains page, click on the Add Domain button in the top right corner. Select the domain name of your choice from the list that appears. Yes, so we choose the domain ManageEngine.com. This displays the relevant DNS servers associated with the domain. From here, you can also select the TSIG key template that you'd like to apply for this domain to help this domain receive secure dynamic updates from the DHCP server and then save the configurations here. Now let's dive into how DDNS works across forward and reverse zone types. For this, we'll get into the DNS module and let me show you a forward domain and a reverse domain. So we have a forward domain here. So when DDNS is enabled for this forward domain, it will automatically create forward zones. These zones typically return static IP using the A or quad A records depending on IPv4 or IPv6 network when queried for a hostname. With the combination of DDNS along with the DHCP server, these records can dynamically update IP addresses for A and quad A records. Upon enabling DDNS for a reverse domain, so let's take the reverse domain here as an example. So when DDNS is enabled for this domain, it will automatically generate PTR records within this reverse domain for as many hosts joining the network. These PTR records will correspond directly to the host names defined in the authoritative A records of the forward mapping zones to which the reverse zone is linked. Such reverse lookups is crucial for services like email verification, where knowing the host name associated with an incoming connection is essential. So let me demonstrate this by targeting a forward domain and a reverse domain simultaneously. So the forward domain we'll be targeting is ManageEngine.com and the reverse domain we'll be targeting is 68.38.169 in address.arpa. This is named as per the standard naming conventions for a reverse domain. Now let's see what's inside them. So you will see the records are empty. So we have the reverse domain here and the PTR record is empty. And then we have the forward domain here. We'll see the A records. So the A records are completely empty. Now let's focus on customizing the DDNS settings for a particular subnet. For this, we'll have to select the subnet first. So the subnet which I'm going to target is 169.38.68.0/24. This /24 is the subnet mask. So we'll have to edit this subnet, and while editing, you'll have to navigate to the DHCP options for this subnet. It is in this section you'll be updating all the DDNS relevant DHCP options here. So these DHCP options are pieces of configuration information passed by the DHCP server while interacting with the DHCP clients in the network. This updation of DDNS relevant DHCP options has to be done manually, as we are customizing the DDNS configurations for this particular subnet. So we've configured these options already to save time. So let's explore these options one by one. So the DDNS updates option, when set to yes, opens up the passage for the DHCP server to send dynamic IP updates to the domain. DDNS update style, when set to interim, allows both secure and non-secure dynamic updates from the DHCP server. And then we have the DDNS domain name, which is set to a targeted forward mapping domain name under which the records will be updated for the hosts joining the network. And then finally we have DDNS reverse domain name, set to the targeted reverse domain, which will maintain PTR records mapping back to the host names of the hosts joining the network. Save the configurations here. So now DDNS has been activated for both the targeted domains. Now we have a host named John joining the network. So let's see how the dynamic configurations are updated inside the targeted domains. How the targeted domains have been updated, let's revisit the DNS module and select the domains menu. On the domains page, we can see our targeted domains here. We have a forward mapping domain, ManageEngine.com, and we get inside a forward mapping domain. We see an A record is automatically created. Clicking on this record, we get to see what is behind it. We see an IP address behind it. This IP address has been leased out by the DHCP server for a certain amount of time. Now let's revisit our reverse domain. So let's see what it holds. So we'll get into the reverse domain and we see a PTR record has been automatically created for this reverse domain. This PTR record is named as per the standard network naming conventions, wherein the whole IP address of the host is reversed, followed by the string inaddress.arpa. Now let's see what this PTR record actually holds. So it's John's host name. In this example, we've seen DDNS configurations for a single host. Imagine if this were done manually for a network accommodating several thousands of hosts. This is where DDNS steps in and does all the heavy lifting to ensure seamless connectivity and security. By leveraging DDNS on your on-premises DNS and DHCP servers, you'll unlock a more resilient and efficient network infrastructure that can accommodate any number of devices. And this marks the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Dive deeper into the world of DNS, DHCP and IPAM with us and discover how to use DDI technology to streamline your network operations. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insightful content from DDI Central.